So I want to do science inquiry, but how do I get started? We tackle that today on the Inquiry Zone. Welcome to the Inquiry Zone, everybody. It's John Taylor, Director of STEM Education at ETHOS Innovation Center.
And I'm Douglas Hunnings. I am the Director of the Primary STEM Education here at ETHOS Innovation Center. And we are so glad that you have come back for another episode of the Inquiry Zone.
Definitely. We have a really good question. I'm glad somebody asked it. And what is it?
And it says, Science Inquiry, how do I even begin to use it in the class?
Okay, this is good. I've always loved working with prospective students, having you have students who student teachers, but even the ones who just drop in just for a little bit, there's always a little nuggets for teaching science you always share with them. So I'm going to go kind of out in the world here into Blue's Clues. I always mention Steve from Blue's Clues. So a shout out. I think every teacher, before you head into any science lessons, should watch Steve on Blue's Clues. Besides just breaking down that fourth wall, going into the camera, he does amazing job with wait time. I think a lot of times as science teachers, we think, oh, we got to have all the answers. I got to understand it. I tell you what, if you've got a lesson and you get to a point where you're not sure what in the world that answer is, as in an inquiry model, you should grab that. That should go up on the wall. That is not like, oh, how do I answer this? That is, ooh, we got something we can do something with here. This is awesome. So, I always say, watch Steve. He's great at wait times. He plays dumb. I think as teachers, it just pays off to kind of play dumb. And I don't know. And the kids know that you know, but you're just playing dumb with them and just engaging them.
Well, for me, when I've done something like that in the classroom, my students love that because I was like, oh, Mr. Hunnings, oh, I forgot what this is all about. I need your help, kids. And it really empowered them and made them like, yes, let's do this. Even though they knew that I was playing, they played along they played along with me. So I know when people hear the word inquiry, because when I first heard the inquiry, it was a very intimidating word. I'm like, you want me to do this in the classroom? How do I do this? What are the first steps? Well, based on my own experience of going through this, one thing a suggestion I would give is just start reviewing what are observations and just have the students ask questions. Students naturally want to ask questions. I know my students would be constantly asking me questions about anything, even just about life. Just having students encouraging, asking those questions, making a wonder wall, that would be a great step. Just make I wonder. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to answer those questions, but just allow the students to have the opportunity to write them down. Maybe you're teaching a lesson in social studies. It doesn't even have to be in science. If another question pops in your student's mind, oh, I love that question. Let's go add it to the wonder wall. Doing that simple task, that's a way to start inquiry. Yeah, just getting the students to think and think out loud using what we would call like a thinking voice. That's a great way to get that inquiry into the room. That would be something I'd say, just start basic with that. If you create a wonder wall and it's there for students to park their questions, that's the way you're introducing inquiry into the classroom.
Yes. So good ideas. I think the main thing is to start, once the kids get going, they roll with it. And just that check that we don't have to know, we're not doing the delivery. We're letting them get curious, and we create a hunger in them so they want to know. They want to know what's going on, so we can share our knowledge with them at that point when it's appropriate.
We're just nurturing what they naturally do.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Another great question.
Keep sending in the questions. Check the link at the bottom and hit that or put that in, and we're glad to take your questions. Thank you very much for joining.
We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.